Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today I'll be teaching you how to get arena points fast and effective so you can get to Champions Division in no time.
Oh yeah, TD6. Just some random kid that takes the wall and gets around. I've seen that many random kids that have just popped up this season, I swear.
Before we start with the tips and tricks, you'll first of all need to know the solo arena hype system. If you want to go through the arena leagues as quick as possible, you will need to play solo arena, as it gives you more hype for less work. In every league, an elimination is worth 20 hype. Reaching top 25 is worth 60 hype. Top 15 is a further 30. Reaching top 5 is 30 once again, and a victory is worth 60. So if you get 0 kills but the victory royale, you will have earned yourself 180 hype. However, as you progress through the ranks, bus fare will occur. From Open League 1 through to 3, the battle bus trip will cost you 0 hype. But as you reach Open League 4, you have to cop up a measly 10 hype to aboard the flying bus. In Contender League 5, you have to pay 20 hype. Contender League 6 will be a 30 hype bus fare, and the final league, Contender 7, makes the bus fare 40 hype. So in this point system, a placement heavy playstyle is far more beneficial than aggressive elimination playstyle. Now let's go on to the tips and tricks. In early game, your drop slot is very crucial. As Arena is a more placement dominant point system, landing at a location with 0 to 2 enemies is perfect. This drop spot needs to be able to fund your needs in the terms of available materials, chests, ammo crates, and rotational opportunities. I will be making a drop spot tutorial video very soon, so subscribe with post notification to be notified. Once you have found your ideal drop spot, you need to think about how to get a perfect drop to the loot. If the location is near water, glide over it. If there is a high building, don't glide directly above it. Which are the most effective loot paths to loot this place? Which building or chest is the most beneficial for me? In this clip, I am landing at my favorite drop spot when I notice a player who's got a worse drop than me. I take advantage by this by grabbing the loot before him and instantly pushing him so he doesn't have a chance to react. As you have now won your early game battles, you are progressing to the mid game. The mid game is the hardest part of the game, and it begins from when second zone appears until fourth zone has closed. In this time period, you are most susceptible to being third party during your fights. This is why you should be doing everything you can to avoid mid game fights. This can be done by using your mobility, such as launch pads to get away from overly aggressive opponents, or tunneling away in certain situations. However, smart rotations can allow you to not get into any fights and allow you a free rotation to zone. From first zone closing to third closing, it is ideal to box up in either brick or metal in the middle of the zone. Doing this will rack up the placement points, and then you're on to the endgame. Endgame begins when 5th zone appears, otherwise known as half and half, and goes right through until the end of the game. If you box up in the middle of 4th zone, you have 0 chance to get half and half zone. However, you will always have that small rotation to zone. Or you could take the risk of staying edge zone and hoping you get lucky and get 5th zone. If you get the zone, you should build 1 or 2 layers higher in metal and rain mayhem on enemies who have to rotate in. If you don't have that 4-leaf clover and you get unlucky and zone pulls as far as it can, like in this clip, rotate instantly using wooden builds to protect yourself. Zones 6 to 9 always goes back into zone. This is when you are required to do different types to get to zone. During this period is when you can frag and get your elimination points up. Hiding in cones and looking out without revealing yourself gives you information on opponents and rotations. Listen and look for a launchpad that you can reuse. Use pre-existing builds as much as possible during this time period. When you have 200 mats or less, you are in need of an impact frag. An impact frag is an elimination that is vital for your continued survival, as you may need a shield top up and most importantly a material refresh. To summarize, Arena is a more placement dominant point system. In the early game, you should land at a location with 0 to 2 opponents. This place should fund your needs. Think about how you're going to land at this location. Figure out the most effective loot paths. Take advantage of your better drop to the loot. The mid game spans from 2nd appears to 4th closes. During this time period, you are most susceptible to being third party during your fights. This is why you should avoid fights at all risks. Avoiding a fight by using your mobility, smart rotations, and a lot of materials can get you straight through to the end game. During the mid game, you should box up in the middle of each zone until 4th zone. This way, you are guaranteed to get the next zone and be safe. While you're in the middle, box up in a metal or brick box, 1 or 2 layers high. This now takes us on to Endgame. Endgame spans from 5th zone to the end of the game. 5th zone is otherwise known as half and half. You have 0 chance to get half and half if you box up in the middle of 4th zone, but you have smaller rotations to 5th zone. If you get 5th zone, build 1 to 2 layers higher in metal and shoot at everyone. If you don't get half and half, rotate instantly using wooden builds to protect yourself. Zone 6 to 9 always goes back into the zone. This is now your time to look for a frag. Sitting in metal or brick cones and holding an edit allows you to gather information on opponents and rotations. During this time period, you should reuse launch pads, use pre-existing builds to move around, and if you have 200 mats or less, you are in need of an impact frag. These are my tips and tricks on how to rank up in Arena quickly and efficiently. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and a comment. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe, and if you want to be notified as soon as I upload, hit that notification bell. And if you want to help me even more, use code TD6 in the bottom right corner of the Fortnite item shop. Have a good one.